In this lesson, we are looking at the diameter and radius of a circle, and by the end of the lesson, you should be able to calculate the diameter and radius of a circle given the circumference or the area. So, quick reminder, the circumference of a circle is pi times the diameter. Remember, this is written down as circumference equals pi times d. Also, a remembering tip, traded powers are delicious. Remember, the diameter equals 2 times the radius, so we can rewrite the formula of the circumference to circumference equals 2 pi r. Remember, these two formulas are the same. Okay, in this example, we need to find the diameter of a circle when the circumference is 42 centimeters. So we need to find out what the diameter is. So remember, what is the formula to find the circumference? It is circumference equals pi times the diameter. Now, we already know what the circumference is. It is 42 centimeters. So let's rewrite this equation down with the circumference. So it's going to be pi times the diameter equals 42 centimeters. Remember, pi times the diameter is 42 centimeters. Okay, I'll just written this step again just to show you that it's multiplication. Okay, we need to find out what the diameter is. Okay, we need to find out what the diameter is. So let's do the balancing method for solving this equation. Okay, so I want to get the diameter on its own. What is in front of it? It is the multiplication of pi. So we need to do the opposite of multiplying pi. That will give me divide by pi. So I can cancel this side out. Now, whatever I do on one side, I must do to the other side also. So 42 divided by pi will give me the answer for the diameter. So your answer for the diameter will therefore be, after you did 42 divided by pi, is 13.4 centimeters to 1 decimal place. What is the radius of a circle with a circumference of 60 centimeters to 3 decimal places? So, in this question, we're trying to find out what the radius is. The circumference is already given to us as 60 centimeters. So, using the other formula to find the circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius, or 2 pi r. We already know what the circumference is, so we can write that down, 60 centimeters. Now we can write this as an equation. So if we have 2 pi r equals 60 centimeters. Now if I rewrite this here, this essentially just means 2 pi times the radius, which is 60 centimeters. Now to solve this, what we need to do is get rid of the 2 pi because we want the radius on its own. How do we do this? Solving equations, we need to divide by 2 pi on both sides. Okay, so 2 pi divided by 2 pi just leaves you with the radius. So the radius equals 60 divided by 2 pi. You put that into your calculator, you should get an answer of 9.549 centimeters, okay, to 3 decimal places. Alright, what I would like you to do is have a go at the questions above. For set 5, please have a go at the red section only, and if you want to challenge yourself, have a go at the green section questions. Now if you're in set 3 and 4, please have a go at 2 of the red questions and 2 of the green questions. Okay, quick reminder, area of a circle. Area of a circle is pi r squared. It just means pi times the radius squared, where the radius squared just means pi times the radius times the radius. Okay, in this question we need to find the radius, where the area is given as 75 centimeters squared. Using the formula, area equals pi times the radius squared, we can make an equation out of this by substituting the area into this formula. So we will have something like 75 centimeters squared equals pi times the radius squared. Now we're trying to get that radius on its own. At the moment it has pi times radius squared. So let's remove the pi first. So we need to rearrange this equation using the balancing method. You can use this method as well. So we need to divide by pi on both sides. Okay, so let's have a go. Pi divided by pi gives left over with just radius squared. 75 divided by pi will give me an answer of 23.873 and so on. We don't want to round that up just yet because we're trying to get that radius on its own. So how do I get rid of the radius squared? Is by square rooting both sides. So square root 23.873 so on, and when we square root radius squared, that will just leave me with one radius. So that will therefore give me your answer, and your answer should be 4.9 centimeters. Okay, we need to find the diameter using the area of the circle. The area of the circle is already given to us as 210 millimeters squared. So let's write it down. Area equals pi r squared. We already know what the area is, so we can substitute in the values. So 210 millimeters squared equals pi r squared. We're trying to get the radius on its own, so we need to divide by pi on both sides. The pi cancels out, so you have left over with radius squared. 210 divided by pi is 66.84 and so on. We don't want to round it up just yet because the radius at the moment is squared. We're trying to find the radius on its own, so we need to square root both sides. So remember, square root this answer, and on this side we're just left over with the radius. So we need to divide by, when you square root, this answer, and you will get an answer of the radius being 8.175, etc. But remember, diameter equals 2 times the radius, so we need to multiply this radius by 2. You should get therefore an answer of 16.4 millimeters, not squared, because we're not trying to find the area, we're trying to find the diameter. Follow the link below or click the link on ClassCharts and complete the matching activity. Take a screenshot of your score and upload this to ClassCharts to complete today's remote learning.